the lady's name, and I can't read the screen. So she asked about America. You have to realize that we're a big picture of the world. We have the most conservative.
Pleasure, thank you. Just unmute and say your first name. GPT, what do you think about teenage dating? This is what Chat GPT told me. Teenage dating is one of those things that can be healthy, messy, formal. It's not inherently good or bad. It depends a lot on how it's approached and the level of maturity involved. On the positive side, dating as a teenager can help people learn important life skills early, how to communicate, set boundaries, handle rejection, and understand their own values. Those lessons tend to carry into adulthood in a meaningful way. It can also be a normal part of social development, especially as teens start figuring out identity and relationships. That said, there are real downsides if it's not handled well. Emotions at that age can be intense, and not everyone has the tools yet to deal with the heartbreak, jealousy, or pressure. It can also distract from school, friendships, or personal growth if it becomes all-consuming. And so the unhealthy dynamics like controlling behavior or peer pressure that teens might not recognize right away. The biggest factor is guidance and balance. Teens tend to do better when there's open communication with parents or trusted adults, clear boundaries, and a focus on respect, both for themselves and the other person. And that's ChatGPT's answer. So there you have that. We've got a break coming up in under 10 minutes. Would anybody on stage like to talk about anything? That would be Benjamin, yes.
And you look at the Declaration of Independence and all those things that talk about freedom of religion and all those things. There are peaceful people. Now, yes, there are some cultures that come here and recreate what they got away from, and that's humanity. People sometimes make mistakes. I'll agree with that. There's parts of Miami that are Little Havana, and you're like, why? Or Little Haiti, you're like, why? What did you do? Why were you thinking? And yes, a lot of family businesses. And you have to kind of figure, especially if you look at Old West movies, when people came from other places, they were the stranger, they were the other, they weren't always welcome. So the only way they could make a buck is to do their own family business. So I'm just going to close by saying, I think that the extremes, the zealots of any faith or any belief system that we've got to be aware of, but to totally knock a faith, I don't get it. And also, Kamala was raised as a Christian. From what I understand, she went to church regularly with family. But anyway, that just this whole don't support Islam as a whole. I've met some really wonderful people that have different belief systems, and that doesn't bother me. It's their belief system. They respect me. I respect them. I'm not trying to convert anybody. They're not trying to convert me. So I've landed.
We have what I believe is a new Sam on stage, who's also new on. Sam, going once. Sam, there you go. Hi. We cannot hear you, Sam.
Sam doesn't understand. I'd like to respond to that comment.
You can in a moment. Let's see if we can hear Sam. Thank you. Benjamin, go on mute, please. Thank you. Sam, you unmuted. You may have to exit out and come back in, but we can try you. Sam going once, Sam going twice. Okay, Sam is having some technical difficulties. Benjamin, let's see. No, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and have you respond. Take 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Go ahead.
Yeah, sure. I get that everybody wants to be inclusive and turn a blind eye to people's ideology, but the honest truth is people who say this don't mean it. They're lying to you. They're liars. They're deceived. They're existing in a catatonic state of self-delusion. And the way you can test this, the way you can diagnose their delusion, is you just simply ask them, do you do this with your Nazi friends? Do you just ignore the fact that they're Nazis? Would you be comfortable sitting next to a Nazi? You ask these same questions, right? And the answer is, oh no, my God, I would never sit next to a Nazi. I'd never have a friend who's a Nazi. And that's how you could diagnose them. You just have to kind of it's very simple. It takes about 4.5 minutes, maybe 2, if you're as smart as I am. But for people who have undiagnosed ideology confusion disorder, this is helpful diagnosis. Hi, Jane. Helpful diagnosis. Look, Islam is an ideology which mostly can be thought of as a systematic violence towards women. And if you need the evidence, the numbers, the female genital mutilation statistics, I can help you with all of this. I can Google for you if your Googler is broken. But if you just think you can sit next to somebody who is promoting Islam like Kamala Harris does, like Mamdani, who swore himself in on a stack of Qurans, does, and not understand that what you're supporting is a system of violence towards women, then you are just you're just kind of like an intellectual turd. So
all right, you have made your point perfectly clear. Thank you. Let's try. Let's see. I said 3 minutes. You'll have a fresh 5 in hour number 3. Let's try Sam again. Sam, are you there? Sam going once. Sam going twice. Sam sold. We'll give Sam one more chance in hour number 3. Let's go to Jane, who's new on stage. Jane, good morning. It's a pleasure to see you on stage. What would you like to talk about, Jane?
I'm good for now, Steve. Just listening.
Oh, you got it. Okay, cool. Well, let's see. We were talking about yes.
I wanted to say real quick. I don't know why this is bugging me so much, but I did not vote for Kamala Harris. I voted for Jill Stein of the Green Party. It's driving me crazy that Ben keeps calling me Kamala Harris.
Wait a minute, I didn't hear him say. I didn't hear him reference you once. Did I miss it?
No, well, not personally, but he kept saying, "I know everybody on stage voted for Kamala." Or whatever. These are all Kamala voters.
I didn't hear him say that one
either. I suppose that was a generalization,
I didn't hear him say that.
Okay, well, I just wish to declare that I voted for Jill Stein since, your political identity.
And I voted for the Libertarian candidate.
Whoever the hell that was. But to Ben's point, though, I mean, I think his point is these are pluralist votes, right? And what his point is that the pluralist sort of multicultural vote leads to a liberal ends. I think that's fair, right? I don't know that it's right, but I think it's. I mean, that's. I think that's the point he's making. That
I got to tell you, I think Benjamin's modus operandi, and I very well could be wrong, is a mixture of truth, satire, and stirring the pot. And like I said, he's a great content creator. I absolutely don't agree with everything that he says, but it gives me great pause to think about things. It also adds content to the show, and That's what I think.
But Steve, isn't he saying, what he's saying is that
Yes.
if you go this pluralistic, multicultural voting tendency, what you're going to get is cultural chaos.
Isn't he also saying that if you don't agree with him, you're an idiot, in so many words?
I don't know that he's saying that, but I think,
okay.
but I think he might not be wrong at this point. I mean, which I'm not in agreement with him. I think I'd rather go down.
So 75 million voters are idiots.
Well, of course, we could all be idiots. We could all be idiots. But I think what he's saying is that if you want a liberal democracy, you have to police it intellectually. And what he's saying is that we've gone down some roads that are unhealthy for the liberal establishment. And yeah, I mean, I think he's not wrong.
Well, I'll give you this, and then we'll take the break. I don't think the extreme on any side is healthy. The extreme on either side, in my humble opinion, is a bunch of mishigash, and that's not how you win elections either. You win elections by coming as close to the center as possible. Most elections are won by 5%, 5% of the undecideds. And as if you're at the extreme of either side, it becomes more difficult to win an election. And with that, we are done. 2 hours in the tank, 1 hour left. I will be back at the end of the break to host all of hour number 3. So don't go away. And when we did a lot of talk about dating. And so let's hear some more from Taylor Tomlinson about the truth about dating.
Like, this one's available if he just talks and talks and talks. You fall asleep eventually. This bit right here. Wow, okay. That was fun. We all stepped in a divorce. Wasn't that a good time? That's the first time that's happened when I asked that question. Every night of the tour. Never gotten one of those. Take this boring piece of shit home. All right, this last one. What do you got?
Someone's random phone call in the other room. I listened to my mom have a conversation with my grandma.
You eavesdrop on somebody's phone conversation from the other room. You listen to your mom talk to your grandma. Did you miss the whole part where I said I am alone? Have you tried falling asleep to the sound of people who love you in the other room? I would that I could. Okay, well, those hurt my feelings. I'm going to tell you the best one I've heard on this tour. Best one I heard on this tour was a few months ago. There's a woman in the front row. She raised her hand. She goes, I have a weird sleep tip. I said, what do you got? She goes, when I can't sleep, I lay on the floor in the kitchen for 10 minutes. And I was like, okay. And then what happens? She goes, then I get back in bed, I go sleep. This poor girl, abusive parents herself. She's like, oh, you can with the guy she's dating. I was like, really? She goes, yeah, would you ever have a threesome? I was like, oh my God, no. I didn't want to hang out with 2 other people. I've never been in the middle seat on a flight fighting for an armrest, like, wish we were all naked. That would be cool. I don't even think I could date an extrovert again. I dated an extrovert once. We moved in together. The first week we lived together, he's like, hey, what if we had some people over? I was like, look, if you don't want to be with me, just say so. You want to have people over? Over what? My dead body? If you're an extrovert, you're in love with an introvert, you got to understand, asking us to invite people over is like asking us to do anal. Watch our face change. Like, I'm sorry, is it your birthday? Seems like a big ask for a random Tuesday. I live alone now. It's incredible. I fall asleep in the middle of the bed like a boy king, just like, good night, Joffrey. It's fantastic. I eat all the food I buy. Every grocery I buy, it goes near, it goes bad. That's power. DC. If I clog the toilet at home, I don't have to deal with it right away. That's freedom, DC. When I lived with a man I was attracted to, I was just like, no, please, toilet, don't tell him I'm a human woman. I beg of you. Take my dark secrets to your watery grave. Remember our bargain. Now I'm like, you lids are toilet. That's what lids are for. You want to see the sky.
Want to share your point of view, vent a little about what's bothering you. Got a question that's on your mind. Before courageous. Come on up and get your fresh fire. What does that mean? Well, listen up. Have a take and just don't suck. Be respectful, make your point in a reasonable way. Come on up. Ask Uncle Steve today.
And welcome to hour number 3 of Ask Uncle Steve with the Mod Squad. If you're here for the first time, this is how the show works. Unlike other clubhouse rooms, we encourage everybody, especially the new speakers, and that means you, to be bold, brave, courageous. Raise your hand, come on up, and you can talk about whatever you want. We never, ever put a restriction on content. You can talk about current events, politics, God, religion, atheism, what's going on in your life, what's going on in my life. Maybe you like the show, maybe you don't like the show. Maybe you have a question to help you, maybe you have a statement to help me. Just have a take and don't suck. What does that mean? Be able to put 2 sentences together, folks. It doesn't matter if we agree, disagree, if we like or don't like you, but just don't come up and say you think the earth is flat, because I will stop you on a dime and I will grill your ass. And so with that, let's go to JCC. JCC, good morning.
Yo.
Thank you for doing the heavy lifting. Do you have any plans for this weekend?
Yeah, man, it's a busy weekend. We got a recital. My daughter's performing at 1 o'clock, 2 p.m. today, Central Standard Time. And then prom night, folks, 2026 prom. I'm helping her right now. I did an errand. I went out to get some black ribbons. She's making her own corsage. So I'm highly involved in her activity. I'm going to take pictures of her and her boyfriend at either a Japanese tea garden or a local museum here that has a very nice landscape area. So, busy Saturday for today. And so, yeah.
So, JCC, if you don't mind me asking, did you say you have to be home by a certain time?
Yeah. I'm pretty flexible. She has a 1 a.m. curfew where we're at.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Thank you for that. Let's see if Alfonso, he's been with the Fam Bam pretty much all show. Alfonso, are you there? Going once, twice, 3 times. There you go. Alfonso, good morning. Thank you for doing the heavy lifting. Would you like a fresh 5, or would you like to talk about what's going on this weekend or anything else?
No, I'm okay. I'm busy with my kids, so I won't be able to chime in much.
You got it. No problem at all. Let's go to Violet. Violet, is it prom night where you are?
Not for my girls, but it's date night for me.
There you go. What are you doing this weekend for date night?
Tonight, my husband and I are going to go to a place in our area called The Works. It's kind of a grown-up arcade with like skee ball and 10-pin bowling and our old-style arcade games, but it's a bar. And they're having a cover band tonight. I forget their name, but they cover like 90s alternative. So, it's kind of like if my husband and I had dated in high school, this was the kind of concert we would have gone to.
Exactly.
So, we're meeting several other couples, high school friends of his, actually. So it's kind of a group occasion. And I'm trying to decide whether I want to go with a skirt and my knee-high boots because I want to look cute,
yes,
or actually be comfortable and warm in pants and a cute t-shirt or a cute sweater.
Right, exactly. Now, how many other couples are you going with?
I've two. There might be three others, but the third couple, their schedules seemed really, they weren't sure.
Right.
So
And I presume you guys are meeting around dinner time or so?
yeah, we're gonna eat. They serve food there too, so we're gonna meet around 7 and eat. And the show's supposed to start around 9. And yeah, we're gonna. They have really good food there too.
Yeah. Now I'm assuming because it's kind of like a bar grill entertainment thing, you guys are going to do separate checks for each couples. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Good decision.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna have a good time. I can actually still play skee ball to a degree. I mean, I can't really aim, but I can roll the ball up that little alley. And the last time I did it, I actually managed to hit like the high score thing like 4 times. So I got like 500 tickets for my daughters to exchange at the arcade counter on that one game. It was a fluke. That's never happened again, but it was fun.
Reverend Scott, I see you're on the phone. Are you on the phone, Reverend Scott? Looks
Faggot, Scott.
like he is on the phone. Okay, if you're in the audience, you want to come up, please do. Let's go to Doctor. He's next. Doctor, good to talk to you again. Did you want to talk about anything for a Fresh Five, or do you want to talk about what you're doing this weekend, or have you had that cup
I
of
still
coffee?
need to get that coffee, Steve, but thank you so much.
No problem. And I'm gonna mispronounce it. Is it Shama? Shama? Did I get that right? Shama. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me.
Almost.
It's on you now. You have a Fresh Five. You can talk about whatever you want.
I saw the movie Michael, and
You mean with John Travolta? With John Travolta?
No, the one with Jafar Jackson, Michael.
Oh, that is with Jermaine Jackson's son, who plays Michael.
Jafar Jackson.
Yes.
That's what I said.
Okay. How was it?
I liked it. I
heard it made over 90 million in its first weekend, which was last weekend. Yes.
Yeah, but the only thing I felt was the story felt incomplete. I mean, I don't know, since I'm from a different country, so whatever I know is from popular culture. But I felt I also wondered where Janet Jackson was, where the rest of the siblings were, and it showed the best of the light, and I know it's just a 1.5 hour movie, so you can't show his whole life story, but it was just all the best parts of his life, and how he came out of his father's influence.
Yes.
So I was just wondering, shouldn't there be more nuance than that? But that aside, I thought Jafar was spectacular as Michael, and
Yes.
I loved his moves. I loved the music, and that part I really enjoyed.
Thank you very much. Let's go to RM. RM, you're new on stage. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. You have a Fresh Five. What would you like to talk about?
Good morning, Steve. How are you?
Do you care?
I want to ask you a question.
See that, everybody? Yeah, go ahead. Please ask me anything you want.
Okay. Have you been travel out the United States? And
yeah, the answer is yes. I have traveled out of the United States many times.
Okay. Can you give us or tell us and share with us which country it was the bad experience and the country it was good experience?
Okay, well, let's see. Which country did I have a bad experience in? Well, I wouldn't say it was bad, but when I went to France, I find that when the French find out that you're from the United States, now then again, this was decades ago. I haven't been to France in a while, that I just didn't like the way that the French treated me and my wife at the time. Now, as opposed to that, right around the same time, I went to Italy. I went to Europe for 2.5 weeks. In Italy, they treated us like family. Oh, okay. I mean, staying in France, we drove into Italy, drove a mile down the road, and literally, guys, Mod Squad, literally, we saw 3 restaurants in one area, and we literally went eeny, meeny, miny, mo. And we picked restaurant, and it was one of the greatest experiences ever. So I would say my worst experience was in France. It was simply because I didn't like the way that we were treated. And also, I think somebody tried to rip us off. And I don't mean like somebody on the street. I mean like because we didn't speak the language, they were adding the bill incorrectly. I could be wrong. The best experience I had, without a doubt, and again, I haven't been there in decades, is when I went to Hedonism 3 in Jamaica. An all-inclusive resort, I believe it. No, I went to Hedonism 2. I'm sorry. Now they didn't have Hedonism 3 at the time. I went to Hedonism 2 in Jamaica, and it was an all-inclusive resort, and I had a fantastic time.
So if you wanna advise me to go to visit in which country in Europe, you're gonna advise me Italy, of course, not French.
I think it depends what you're looking for.
Okay.
Hey, JCC, do me a huge favor. Take over for a couple of minutes. I got something stuck in my throat. JCC, please.
So, Reem, what were you asking? You're asking where to go?
No, I'm just planning to go in the summertime to Europe. So I want to know everybody if they have an experience in Europe. Anybody have been in Europe? In which country? And what's happened with you? If you have a good time, people friendly. There was raises. He was treating you as family, or I mean, I like to hear from everyone if somebody been in Europe before.
Yeah, me personally, I have not been to Europe. I do hope that someday soon I can go. However, I open it to anybody on the stage who wants to add in to help Reem with her travel.
I can try.
Yeah. Paula?
Yes,
is that correct? Paula?
Yeah.
Welcome to the stage. How are you today?
Thank you.
You have some
very good.
European travel?
Well, I am a European. I traveled around the world. Actually, I also lived for 7 years in India, and I lived in the US as well, but I'm actually Italian, so obviously I'm a little bit biased.
But of course.
Of course, yes. Well, Italy is a nice place. I mean, even if I so say myself, I mean, I'm obviously, like I said, I'm biased, but it is a very pretty place. It has practically the best of both worlds, nature-wise and monuments. So you have 90% of the UNESCO sites in Italy. So you can visit historical cities like Rome. That's where I live, where I come from. You can go to Florence, you can go to Venice, you can go to Milan, you can go to Sicily. Or you can also tourist attractions like Umbria, or maybe you can go to Trentino Alto Adige and experience the mountains there, which are spectacular. And the food is probably the thing that makes the difference compared to the rest of Europe. Having said that, the food is very good in Spain. It's also very good in France. But again, the Italian cuisine is nice as well. I like Scandinavia. I really like Scandinavia because it's so I'm used to.
Mine is the head of the man, and my insight is keen as the hawk's. By my head I invoke. I am the only begotten child of my father and mother. My father is dead. My mother labor and pain and fear. By my body I invoke thee. About me shine the diamonds of radiance light and pure. By their brightness I invoke thee. Mine is the red triangle, reverse the sign, given of none save in need of thee, O Lord. By the Lamb and I invoke thee. Mine is the garment of my soul with gold, the passing of my that I wear. By my robe I invoke thee. Mine is the sign of prophets and time. By the sign I invoke thee. Mine is the turban of white and gold, and mine the blue vigor of the intermittent. I invoke thee. My fingers travel on the beads of pearl, so run I after thee in thy car of glory. My fingers I invoke thee. I bear the wand of double power and the voice of the Master. Abraham of Lord, by the Lord I invoke thee. Mine are the dark blue waves of music in the song that I made of old to invoke. The flaming sword, crown, child, and conquering Lord, horrors have entered. By the song I invoke thee. In my hand is thy sword of revenge. Let it strike at thy bidding. By the sword I invoke Mine is the head of the man, and my inside is keen as the hawk's by my bed I invoke thee. I am the only begotten child of my father and mother. My father is dead. My mother bore me with labor and pain and fear. By my body I invoke thee. About me shine the diamonds of radiance, white and pure. By their brightness I invoke thee. Mine is the red triangle, reverse the sign, given of none, save it be of thee, O Lord. By the Amen I invoke thee. Mine is the garment of white, sewn with gold, the flashing of day that I wear. By my robe I invoke thee. Mine is the sign of a office and Typhoon. By the sign I invoke thee. Mine is the turban of white and gold, and not the blue figure of the intermediate. My fingers tremble on the beat of her, so run I after thee in thy car of glory. My fingers I invoke thee. I bear the wand of double power in the voice of the Master. Abraham, by the word I invoke thee. I know the dark blue waves of music in the song that I made of old to invoke thee. Strike the master chord, draw the flaming sword, try the conquering Lord, Horus Avenger. In my hand is thy sword of revenge. Strike at thy by the sword I invoke thee. Voice on the fire, the voice of the 611 are the voices. Abrahadabra.
Home, ZZ.
Go home, ZZ.
This has been an amazing. Make this pretty good. So you got Kitover.
Mine is the head of the man, and my insight is keen as the hawks. By my head I invoke thee. I am the only begotten child of my father and mother. My mother is dead. My mother bore me with labor and pain and fear. By my body I invoke thee. Upon me shine the diamonds of radiance, white and pure. By their brightness I invoke. My red triangle reverse the sign even of none. Save it me of thee, O Lord. By the Lamb I invoke thee. Garment of white, sown with gold. The flashing of eye that I wear. By my robe I invoke thee.